happy Sunday. Today is the 13th of August. I have been on a unintentional break from YouTube and Instagram over the last couple of months. And I do really want to start picking up my camera and filming again, but I thought it'd be a little bit weird to do that without giving some kind of explanation about where I've been, why I haven't been filming and all that. So yeah, this video is just basically to say hello, catch you up on what's been going on over the last couple of months, and then hopefully from this point forward I can just continue to film and share my journey. So yeah, I think the last video I did, the last time I filmed, was just before I went to Greece, and I did sort of have all the intentions to film the holiday and show you how we're getting on with being away and also being on a weight loss journey, but that didn't really go to plan. I did film a couple of clips, but nothing substantial enough to sort of like put into a video. But the holiday was great. I did go with the intention of not completely depriving myself and also not using it as an excuse to sort of like overindulge. So yeah, basically I just went with sort of a good mindset that I was going to have some sort of like nice foods and try and exercise as much as possible, but also not over restrict, and that went really well. I do have to say though, we did eat out for 14 nights consecutively, and I don't think in the history of being alive I've ever eaten out at a restaurant that many times, all in one go. So my kind of approach to that was, if I had something a little bit more heavier or a little bit more calorific for lunch, then to try and sort of like balance that out with a more lighter dinner. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I also just had a browse of the menu, and if something really took my fancy I would get it. But one thing that did go in my favour was the fact that I do love a Greek salad. So I did have salads on quite a lot of occasions, but then there's also that thing where you'll order a salad thinking it's a salad, it's going to be pretty low in calories, blah blah blah, and then it comes and it's got loads of cheese and dressing. So, but it was more from the point of wanting to order a salad. So the other thing I was hoping to do is quite a lot of activity to try and balance out sort of not being able to cook my own meals and monitor them as much as I would have liked, and that I didn't do as much walking as I was expecting to, but I did manage to get in the pool most days for, I wouldn't say like a super lengthy amount of time, but it was something. Even on the days it was raining, I was in the pool looking like a crazy woman. But yeah, so although I did have that healthy mindset, and although I did some activity, I was totally prepared to come home and have a gain, just because sort of taking in consideration the fact that I had eaten out sort of every night, and just from knowledge I was pretty certain that my calories that I was consuming would be more in the maintain to gain category. So I was just totally prepared to have quite a significant gain. However, I was beyond shocked to discover that I literally gained like 1 to 2 pounds. I don't know how that happened, but I'm not arguing. So I was super chuffed with that. And then basically I took on a couple of like worky projects and just literally dedicated 110% of my time and attention to those projects that I was doing. I got completely consumed in that, and then I sort of slipped out of the pattern of filming, and in the meantime I have been a little bit sort of tracking some days, not tracking other days, working out here and there, but nothing really substantial to write home about. So in a nutshell, I wasn't really super committed or on board with losing weight from the point I got home right up until August. Basically it was still there, and I did still have sort of like attempts here and there. So it wasn't that I was completely off the wagon or anything, but I wasn't also completely on it. Same old story, blah blah blah. But that sort of brings me to the start of August, and I kind of got to the point where I was thinking, it's not, willpower alone is not going to help me get this thing done, because for me, I really struggle with maintaining effort in all different areas of my life in which I need to be happy. So there's quite a few like segments that make up my happiness sort of like chart, if you will, and I really struggle to sort of balance my time between all of them. So I'll be like super hyper focused on one thing, and then I'll be like, oh, that's lacking now, and then I'll be super focused in that, and then everything else gets sort of put on the back burner. And that's something I'm really going to try and get better at, but life is a journey in all manners, ways, shape and form. So yes, so basically I was just super focused on these work things, blah 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 blah. But then August came around, like I said, and I was sort of considering the fact that I can't just rely on my willpower to sort of like motivate me to do what I need to do to lose this weight, to get fatter, to get healthier, and to reach all of my overall goals in life. So with that said, it timed pretty nicely actually, because I was listening to the Chimp Paradox on audio on sort of like my journeys in the van basically, and that particular chapter was talking about how willpower's not enough and it has to be more about a commitment, because every day can change so dramatically one day to the next, and what may give you willpower one day, another day, you know, something will come along and it's just not enough. So it timed quite nicely. So then I was like, okay, so I really need to start making true commitments to certain things in my life that I want to change. And yeah, basically I suppose I'm just fed up of sort of like teetering around the same sort of weight. Now I've pretty much maintained the weight that I've lost from sort of the start of the year. So I started off the year at 16 stone and I've pretty much remained sort of in the 15 stone, sort of like 2 to 3, 15 stone 4, that kind of like little category, maybe up and down a couple of pounds from then, which is, it's sort of an achievement in a way, because it means that these things that I am doing are starting to get more ingrained and I'm not seeing my weight change dramatically sort of in the wrong direction. So I'm pretty pleased with that. However, there has been sort of times over the last couple of months where I've just really not been at all bothered about sort of my health, my weight loss, and, you know, overindulged, that kind of thing. So it's still an issue which I want to work on and sort of like get to the other side, but it's one of them things, it's just not a linear path, and it's got to just be what it is, really, you know, backs and forths. But however, at the start of August, I decided that I was going to make some true commitments towards sort of getting to the goal weight I want to be. And one of them has been very much fitness focused, because I am a little lazy panda at soul. I think it's sort of ingrained in me to take the sort of more lazy approach, but that's not what that's not what I like aspire to be. So the only way I can change that is to really get into that routine of some physical activity, of moving my body, of making sure that I have something committed to myself that I can not do it, and there's no excuses. So one of the things have been a 10k a day step goal, which I am doing with Laura. We decided to be committed to each other because we have very similar sort of like approaches to our weight loss and similar struggles. So we were having a conversation and I was basically venting and Laura was venting, and I was like, do you know what, I'm going to jump on your train of doing the 10k steps a day and I'm going to commit myself to do it, to me but also to you, and that's really worked very well. I don't know off the top of my head the 10k a day step streak at the moment, but I'll insert it here. And yeah, some days it's been really tricky. Last weekend we went to see Jim's friends, and on the Sunday I was slightly hungover, but I was like, right, I need to get out, and I ended up doing multiple walks and getting my 10k steps, so that was good. And other than that, I have been going to the gym quite a lot, so that has really helped. So I've been sort of in the mindset of doing a workout, making sure I get a good chunk of steps in when I'm doing my workout. But it's also another really good thing about the step goal is the fact that it really pushes me to be active throughout the course of the day, rather than just going to the gym, doing a workout and then being like, my workout's done, go home, sit on the sofa. No, like the majority of my like job is sat down, so everything around that I have to try and be as active as possible. Rather than driving to the shops, I'm going to walk to the shops, going to drop off a parcel, I'll walk and do that. So yeah, it's really helping sort of change my mindset towards getting my steps in. So basically some nights I've been just pacing the house to do it. Sometimes I've just thought, right, I'm gonna go on a walk, I'm gonna go on another walk, and then some days I've been super successful and I've managed to do like 16,000 steps and not even really notice, so that's good. But it's becoming sort of an ingrained thing now where I'll wake up and I'll think, right, okay, I've got to get my body moving, and throughout the course of the day I'll look and I'll check in and I'll go, oh gosh, I've got like, I'm only on like 3,000 steps, so I need to do something. So it's a really good motivator, and it's good to be committed to the goal, because then the motivation comes from the commitment. Another thing I have been doing since August the 1st is having a bit of a fitness competition with Jim. So we both have an Apple Watch, and if you're unfamiliar with Apple Watch or Apple Fitness, they use like a ring system to monitor certain activities throughout the day. So we have calories burned, exercise minutes, and a stand like goal, and then your aim of the day is to complete whatever you set it out to be. I think my exercise amount at the moment is 40 minutes, my stand goal is 12 hours, and my calories burned, I think it's 900 and something. I'll insert it because my memory is toughy. So yes, the aim of the competition is to you gain points by closing your rings and the amount in which you close your rings. So if you double it, you get more points, blah blah blah. So that's been really fun. We've completed one full week and I was the winner. Not by very many, but yeah, just sort of touched over the finish line. And yeah, we decided to do it this week as well, which is going really well. We're a little bit neck and neck at the moment, so I've got to really sort of like push myself over the next few days. But we discovered that you can only earn a maximum of 600 points, and I think that really helped me last week, because I really went hell for leather in the first few days, got my 600 points. Jim went on a few bike rides but didn't really push himself over that, and then we discovered that, so he couldn't, unless I fell back one of the days, he couldn't catch the lead, so that did really help last week. So yeah, that's been really good. So I will show a little sort of insert of my August fitness calendar, just so you can see. I'm very proud of it, and it's getting to the point where I'm a little bit sort of like, I really want to get to the end of August and have like every single ring completed. But it's not only most of the days where I have closed all my rings, it's well over and above, which is really good. So yeah, I've been religiously going to the gym, and I'm really enjoying being back in that sort of like mindset of just going. I'd got completely out of the habit, and then I had to sort of like really motivate myself, put myself back into that mindset of going there and having all them anxieties that can build up when you have so much time away about sort of not wanting to go in the pool, not wanting to expose your body, and yeah, just general fitness level. But in the time since the beginning of August when I started and now, I'm already noticing a huge improvement in sort of my fitness, so really happy with that. Most of the time I go in with the intention of doing something on the treadmill, whether that be a run, or I'm quite liking inclined walking at the moment. Put it onto not super fast paced, but fast enough that, you know, you could probably jog it, but it's a very quick walk. And yeah, an incline, I'm quite enjoying doing that. So I will go with the intention of being on the treadmill with whatever, whether it be a run, very small one, like literally I can only run for about 10 minutes at the moment, but I will do intervals of running and walking, and then yeah, either my incline walk, and then usually I will do some time on the elliptical. And I've been sort of more thinking about the gym now as how it's going to change my body composition, and that's something that's quite new. I mean, I do still stand by the fact that going to the gym or working out, moving my body, releasing the endorphins does wonders for my mental health. But also I've started thinking about how certain exercises can help me achieve the body I want, because I know it's quite sort of like a taboo subject to talk about your body in a negative sense and say I don't like how it looks and I want to change it, but I'm all for being sort of deadly honest and saying, well, no, I don't. And it's my body and there's nothing wrong with wanting to change it. So yeah, I do, and I have been more in the mindset of, okay, so this exercise will help build this muscle and do this and blah blah blah. So I have been doing a lot of resistance stuff, more so on the weight machines, because I don't really know what I'm doing with the actual like dumbbells and stuff. So I've been using the sort of like weight machines in order to do that, but they're really good and I enjoy them, so that's been fun. And then I've also been swimming and I've been really enjoying it, really enjoying it. I am the slowest swimmer known to man, but I do enjoy it, and I kind of see the swimming, so I'll be in sort of like the gym for like 40 to 50 minutes and then I'll go for a swim, and then I'll just sort of like gauge my tiredness levels, what time is it, to how long I do. But generally I've been doing about 500 meters and been quite happy and satisfied with that, and then looked at the time and be like, I need to get home. But yeah, I kind of see it as a little bit of a cool down, a way to stretch, and I tend to use my arms the most when I swim. It was quite funny when I first started dating Jim. We went swimming together, and at that point I was not a confident swimmer, so he was trying to help me sort of get better, and we had some floats, and I used the float to hold sort of like my hands, and then just tried to sort of like get stronger with my legs, but I literally didn't move. So I've kind of established that when I swim, the majority of it is with my arms, which is really good because I really want to tone my arms. And swimming, I can just tell by the resistance and the amount I'm pushing, I feel like it's going to help. But overall, I kind of see it as a bit of a cool down, a bit of me time, because it's time that's away from any device and I'm just sort of like in my own head and sort of thinking about that, doing some mindfulness exercises. So yeah, that's it really. In terms of like fitness workout, I think I've been doing pretty good, which makes a change. In terms of tracking and food, I have been tracking, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been super like on it with the food side. definitely noticed an increase in my appetite the first week when I started like working out quite a lot, and I tried to sort of input everything, but it didn't work out quite well. And then I did get into a habit of having 12 AM biscuit tin visits, because I've been falling asleep on the sofa and then waking up at that time and thinking I'm so hungry, and then going sort of half asleep, half awake, and yeah, having a couple of digestive biscuits like you do. So I need to get out of the habit of that. Probably just gonna empty my biscuit tin and just not have it there until I get out of this habit of falling asleep and having a little snack before going to bed. I have been sort of thinking more about the foods that I'm eating and what I'm putting into my body, and getting a bit better with the overall nutrition. But yeah, like I say, I'm just not into banishing a food group entirely at the moment, because I just feel like with myself, I've been there and I've done it. I've like said I'm not going to have any bread, I'm not going to have any of this or that or the other, and I just eventually end up sort of like losing that sort of train of thought. So I'm gonna include everything in moderation, track it to my losing weight calories, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So this week I am definitely going to try and focus a little bit more on the food, keep that fitness thing going because that's going really well, but make sure every single morsel of food that passes my lips goes in my diary. Yes, I'm just trying to think because it's currently 5 to 5. I'm waiting on a jacket potato in the oven, which I'm very much looking forward to. I feel a little bit delirious because I've done quite a lot of working out today. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. I did weigh in on Friday, and I did weigh in the previous Friday, but other than that, it's been a very sort of like sporadic weigh-in every now and again. So I think what I'm going to do is from this week onwards, I will start doing my weigh-in videos again. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep that to a Friday. However, the week after next, I'll probably do it on maybe Wednesday, because I am going to Leeds Festival and I'm very, very excited. So I'll probably pre-plan that for the Wednesday. But yes, hopefully between now and then there'll be plenty of videos to watch. Yeah, so I just thought I would check in and explain my absence. It was totally what's the word? What word am I looking for? I didn't plan for it. I didn't want it, but it happened and I can't go back and change it. And I actually filmed, well, tried to film on Monday and wanted to film this week, but my mental health took a bit of a dip and I just thought, you know what, it's okay. You've been gone for like however many months, so an extra week isn't going to be too bad. So yeah, hopefully from here on out I can get better at tracking my progress, because there is going to be progress, because I'm so beyond sick of not getting anywhere. So we will see. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up, and well done you for listening to me ramble on all this way and getting to this point, so high five to you. Yeah, I hope you've all been keeping very, very happy, healthy and well, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.